grew up in a wonderful home with two dedicated and loving parents, and one of five brothers and sisters. A home where we as children were the focus of my parents' lives, where we regularly attended church. We had two Christian parents who did not drink, they did not smoke, there was no gambling, there was no physical abuse or fighting in the home. Basically, I was a normal person. I wasn't some guy hanging out at bars or a bum. I wasn't a pervert in the sense that, you know, people look at somebody and say, I know there's something wrong with them, you just tell. I mean, I was essentially a normal person. I had good friends. I led a normal life, except for this one small but very potent, very destructive segment of it that I kept very secret, very close to myself, and didn't let anybody know about it. And part of the shock and horror for my dear friends and family years ago when I was first arrested was that there was no clue. They looked at me and they looked at the all-American boy. And excitement until you reach the point where the pornography only goes so far. You reach that jumping off point where you begin to wonder if maybe actually doing it will give you that which is beyond just reading about it or looking at it. Listen, I'm no social scientist and I haven't done a survey. I mean, I don't pretend that I know what John Q. Citizen thinks about this. But I've lived in prison for a long time now. And I've met a lot of men who were motivated to commit violence just like me. And without exception, every one of them was deeply involved in pornography without question, without exception, deeply influenced and consumed by an addiction to pornography. There's no question about it. The FBI's own study on serial homicide shows that the most common interest among serial killers is pornography. Those of us who have been so much influenced by violence in the media, in particular pornographic violence, are not some kinds of inherent monsters. We are your sons and we are your husbands. And we grew up in regular families. And pornography can reach out and snatch a kid out of any house today. He snatched me out of my home. It snatched me out of my home 20, 30 years ago. And as diligent as my parents were, and they were diligent in protecting their children, and as good a Christian home as we had, and we had a wonderful Christian home, there is no protection against the kinds of influences that are loose in a society that tolerates.
Guys, honestly, that was very powerful. It almost makes you... Guys, honestly, that was very powerful. It almost makes you want to tear up. I personally don't anymore, but I have struggled with pornography in the past. I've struggled with lusting, and I mean for years and years and years on end, like years. But I don't anymore. Thank God he liberated me from that. I think one important point I want to say when I mention this, I know I might get a lot of people that are upset at me, but it's so easy to judge people like Ted Bundy. It's so easy to judge people like Rockefeller and so forth. But what it starts with is all with one sin, right? People don't become pedophiles overnight. People don't become homosexual overnight. People don't cheat on their spouse overnight. These are things that happen over continuous sinful lifestyle. So someone may start stealing from a grocery store, then next they try stealing from a bank, then next they're trying to create the biggest heist to steal from the Federal Reserve, right? It doesn't start off, oh, I want to go steal from the Federal Reserve. No, it's baby steps. Likewise, it's the same thing with like pedophiles or homosexuality or people who have sexual relations with animals. These are very weird, vile, and disgusting things, and I completely agree. But the thing is, it all starts off with one thing, and that's corn. So a lot of these people, they get into corn at a very young age, and I say corn because I can't say the actual word or my video will get censored and deleted off of YouTube. But I think you guys know what I mean whenever I say pornography. But whenever it comes to pornography, we see that it causes people to go into a deeper cycle. So many people will look at it as, oh, let me just fap one more time. Let me go ahead and do this one more time, and then that's it. How many times is it going to be your last time? How many times is it going to be your last time? You said that for the past few weeks, months, and probably years. When is it going to be your last? You have to let go of that addiction. You have to seek after Christ. You have to completely surrender to your life to Jesus Christ and complete humility. You see, this is the issue. What happened with Ted Bundy is nothing out of the ordinary. Like it says in the Word of God, there is no sin here on earth that is out of ordinary, that is new to man. What Ted Bundy has gone through, hundreds and probably millions have gone through way before him. Pornography was the root of the issue. So because he watched pornography, it caused him to watch more vile pornography, more aggressive, more hardcore pornography. You know, and because he watched more hardcore pornography, it's what made him into the person he was today. So it all it takes is one little sin. So when you say, oh, it's not a big ordeal, I just watch corn, or it's not a big ordeal, I just smoke grass, or whatever you do, right? Remember, it starts with one small step. One small step. He said it's because of corn, the reason why he became the serial killer and person that did sexual relations with corpse after they passed away. Hey guys, I'm really sorry the video ended quicker than I expected it to, but my point in summary is that if someone like Ted Bundy can seek forgiveness from Jesus Christ, or someone like Ted Bundy can go into that nasty, vile lifestyle from something as small as pornography, then think about what can happen to the rest of us. So I think it's very wise for us to guard our eyes, guard our ears, guard our soul, and to make sure that we keep our eyes on Jesus Christ, because as it may seem like some little tiny habit or tiny little thing, think about how much bigger that habit could become if we don't put an end to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and comment your opinions below. Please subscribe and like this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.